This is a Cosmic Octave original podcast.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
That's right, everybody.
It still makes me laugh.
Episode number 114.
114.
That's right. I'm Jake. That's Tyler.
In binary, that means I love you.
I thought binary only has ones and zeros.
Well, it would be one.
How would you get the 4?
It would be 1 1 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0, and that means I love you.
I just heard this beautiful sound of everybody clicking off the podcast. You fucking nerd!
Nerd! You need to get that drop. Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds screaming nerds.
You know what it is?
Boring!
You know, we shouldn't have a drop that says boring because it makes people think that they're listening to something boring. And then we have to spice it up. Yeah, sloppy. It's sloppy.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. The show's over.
See ya. All right, later. Next week. Way to fuck that up, dude.
Thanks, Stan.
There goes our advertising.
What?
Yeah, like nobody's going to advertise for this show. We're only a minute and a half in. We've done 113 other episodes, and we still haven't figured them formula out.
I think we've already swore at least like 7 times.
You fucking kidding?
Shit.
Oh, shit.
Motherfucker.
We actually got some news.
Ooh.
Some news items this week.
I think, you know what, though? I think what's going on is that I think what we are doing is that we've gotten to a point now where we're like, listen, you're going to listen and love it, or you're going to not. Okay?
Yeah.
So this is for all the people who might kind of think they might kind of like the show. Within a minute or two, you're going to know if you like it or not, because you're going to hear about 3 F-bombs.
Oh, wow.
And if you're kind of into that, if you're not into
if you're
swearing,
into that.
if you're not really into swearing, you're going to be like, I don't think this is the one for me.
I feel like they think that every episode.
And I'm
probably.
fucking sorry about that.
I apologize for absolutely nothing. I'm fucking
Wow.
Conor McGregor.
Fucking pronouns!
Yeah.
Fucking
Fucking gender ambiguity.
Heal the fuckface.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's get into the news.
Ooh.
Now that we have news, big news from Hollywood.
From Hollywood, Dateline 2023.
Tyler, it looks like there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not a train.
Thank the fucking Lord.
Yeah. So
Don't get me wrong. I've been loving doing all the old bits.
I do too. I think we should still have them.
We can still have them occasionally. Because it's not like everything's going to be like, here's 18 things that we just held
Well, yeah,
under
they still
wraps.
got to produce them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because with the writer's strike, we get this closed. Then Deadpool 3, they can actually improvise. Because he was not allowed to improvise on a writer's strike.
Yes.
But the actors are still on strike.
Ah.
And I think they won't do anything until WGA gets this deal finalized. They're just going to... Because I think they
It was in solidarity.
They striked in solidarity, and I think they will have something in place as well, ready to go. Because I think, finally, these studios are realizing this strike hurt them. And like you and I said, they're not going to win this battle. Because we've said it ad nauseum on this show. A robot cannot write human stories. I'm sorry. It's just not going to work. You cannot machine learn human emotion. You can't... Even... Look... Have I used like Chat GPT and like AI in that form? Yes, I have not used any AI art, but I like occasionally would use Chat GPT as like an idea starter to help me with like, okay, this is kind of okay, that's a good idea, because sometimes you get things from it. Like it's just I use it as a tool to help me get the ground rolling on what I want to do. You know what I mean? What I want to write.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it's used for. I don't think you could actually use AI. I don't want to say that, but how they were trying to use it just wouldn't work. And the whole idea of scanning a person, an extra, paying them once, and then using their likeness
forever.
It's fucked up.
Yeah. Well, it was. I mean, the reason why the actors are on strike is because they're like, wait a second, I die, and then you think you can use my likeness after I'm
We have
dead?
to stop with that shit.
That's bullshit.
And you know what else we need to do? We need to stop fucking de-aging shit.
Yes.
All right, look, if you Star Wars is the worst offender of this shit. Move on. These people are older. It's just not going to work. Move on.
Or get younger actors.
Or get younger actors
that look like them. The fuck? What's wrong with you?
They've done that sometimes too. But like even that, I don't like deep fakes. I don't like it because I don't think I don't think they're going to make technology strong enough for me not to know that that's not really the person there. Like your brain will figure that out.
God
the
forbid,
uncanny valley exists in your brain.
God forbid if somebody figures out how to cross that uncanny valley.
I just don't think human beings would. Human beings.
The
way our brains are wired, we are meant to always have a guard up in some way.
I think you're right, but
So
I do think that with the way technology has just been advancing so quickly,
dude, believe me, some of the
scary shit, man. If they ever somehow cross the uncanny valley,
Tyler,
look out.
Tyler, I think we are seeing an acceleration in technology. I just got a new TV, 4K TV. I hooked up my PS5. Holy fucking shit. The things we can do with these video game consoles now, and
the computers
and VR,
we have in our hand, the computers we have in our hand,
the literal supercomputer in my pocket,
literal super fucking computer.
Yeah.
Now,
so anyway,
if you finish your
yeah. Well, we are talking about AI because it's tied into the WGA strike, which looks like it's coming close to an end. So the union and studios that would be AMPTP, that's the American Motion Picture
dickheads.
I don't know what the TP is.
Punks.
But it's essentially like Warner
Turds
Brothers, Disney, all the big studios. Looks like they're nearing a deal. The union has 2 votes to make, and the strike will be over. SAG-AFTRA is still on strike, and now also, I need to look this up, the video game union could be going on strike, which
Why not, man?
which is huge too. So I'm gonna look that up real quick, the name of that. But so yeah, it looks like we finally see some light at the end of the tunnel.
What I was kind of gonna say a little bit is that I read this book once, and it takes human evolution from like the first appearance of Homo sapiens that we know of until now, right? And it says, okay, from the moment that we first appeared until we started using agriculture, right, which is a huge technological advancement for those people.
Yeah.
Okay, that was like what, 5,000 years or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They say that basically if based on all of the other leaps in technology that we as a species have made, and we're talking about like from the wheel to like tools, from tools to agriculture, you know what I mean? Like that shit. We should still be fucking like nomadic peoples.
Yeah.
We should not be able to go to the fucking moon right now. Like there's something wrong. Like something changed in the last 150 years that has accelerated us beyond our capability to understand what we're doing. Okay,
we're
humanity is fucked now because
we
money is being made by all this shit, and nobody is thinking about, should we be doing this?
You're going to pull a Jurassic Park on us?
We're just thinking about, can we do this?
But
I'm serious.
No, but
I'm truly frightened.
Say what you will about Jurassic Park, but there is something to that theme of that movie, and the thing of like
fucking with nature.
We're going to kill ourselves because of our scientific advancements. On one hand, it's great that our brains can work this way and figure out this science, do all this shit.
Sure.
But at the same time, it's like, hey guys,
now we're dead.
We don't need to fucking bring in that movie. We don't need to bring back dinosaurs. But in this case, we don't need AI writing movies. We don't need AI creating art. Can we just fucking have this? It's like corporations and
have everything else.
Yes, all these big ass companies.
Can you leave our dreams to us?
All of these companies have everything else. Can we just have art? That's all we want. We just want people to get paid. We want people to have a living wage. And I know you're going to, there's people out there that are...
I know you're going to bitch about it.
No, there's people that are anti-union, that are anti against this strike. And a lot of the times, it's like, do you realize you're siding with a company where, as we've said it a million times, a CEO, despite record, profits, has to cut off 1,100 employees.
So that he can still
where
get paid.
You have the fucking head of General Motors on TV during the auto workers strike and asked a question about, wait a minute, if your salary raises based on performance, shouldn't the workers that are doing the work in the plants on the assembly lines, all this, shouldn't they make more money because they're making you more money? And she couldn't answer that properly. And then you got Chris Farley's brother for fucking Ford, who can't answer the question either. Who's like, these people need to understand. We have to live our lives. We got to pay these things too. And it's like, motherfucker, you make millions. This is the problem. People shouldn't have that much money
No.
because you really do think
You
you're better
lose
than
your
everybody
humanity.
else.
Yes.
And you think you deserve something. Like, it's, ugh. And this is a historic thing. If this works and it finally closes this deal, this is historic because, again, just like all of these strikes that you keep seeing showing up, we're finally learning we control things.
Yes.
Not the CEOs.
Yes.
We do.
Yes.
And they need to understand that.
Yeah.
And we're finally seeing that.
Hey, listen. Let me just make one thing clear to you, anti-union idiots out there. None of our listeners are like that, but play this for your like grandpa or dad. Let me just make one thing clear to you. If your job could, they would make you work until you dropped dead or passed out. Then you probably wouldn't even be able to go home, actually. They would just lock you up in a basement. If they could, I'm serious,
Oh,
and
I
Jake,
know.
you know this.
I know.
If they could lock you up in a basement and make you do your work down there and never leave and not even pay you, hey, we're giving you room and board, they would.
Do you remember?
So,
did you ever read The Jungle?
You like your weekends and your breaks and shit? You like all that shit? Your lunch hour and all
Eric
that?
July will tell you that
Do you
Henry.
like those things?
Eric July will tell you that Henry
didn't-
Ford did it first.
Did you like those things? Because fucking unions
Hey,
got those for you.
Did you not hear what I said?
No.
Mr. Ripaverse himself told me in a video that he made that Henry Ford preempted unions with his workers' benefits and workers'
Eric
rights.
July's a fucking moron.
He didn't have anything
Please
cited.
drop that rip that for a drop because we need
Get
to
a
play
cleaner
that a lot.
one.
What?
Get a cleaner one right
What do
here.
you mean?
Of you just saying that.
Eric July is a fucking moron.
Boom. And I'll put the boom in there too.
No, he is. He's
No,
a fucking
but
idiot.
Look,
He's a shill,
I'm
and he's
sure-
getting paid
look,
to say what he says. He
I
has
wanna-
no opinions of his own.
I want to be very clear. Not all unions are perfect.
No. In fact, unions can be really
And
bad.
Unions do have,
Mobsters.
yeah, unions have mafia ties. We're
Have you
not
seen-
pretending that doesn't.
Have you seen
Hoffa?
Casino?
Hoffa?
Casino is all you need to know about unions and mob ties. You know what I mean?
Do you
'Cause-
think he's buried under Giant Stadium?
No,
Jimmy
they
Hoffa?
know he isn't. Because A, it got torn down and they didn't find anything.
That's
And
what they want you to think.
B, there was a suspicious bulge or whatever, and and
In his
Jim
pants.
towards one of the end zones, and Jim Fossil, the coach at the time, actually took like MythBusters down there to fucking with a thing. Oh, this is your shoe. I thought that was your foot. With a thing and like a metal or whatever. They went down and they dug it up or they used sonar or whatever, but there's nothing there. Jimmy Hoffa is dead. The mob killed him. Where is he buried? Doesn't matter.
That's you applauding Jimmy Hoffa's death.
No, I'm not plotting. I'm just saying whatever. I mean, he's gone.
Move on. But nobody will replace.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Damn it. I should have just said that.
Falcon.
Mr. Falcon. No, this is really good. And that, Jesus. Right into the microphone. Also, I want to clear something up with the video games. So, what I read on that too. So, it's within reason to think SAG-AFTRA is going to come to a deal too. But what they did is they voted 98% saying that its members voted to go on strike against video game companies if ongoing negotiations are not successful. So they had talks today. I don't think there's anything that come out of it yet, but so essentially what I'm saying is, yeah, if this keeps going, then they're gonna strike Activision and EA, all the big video game companies, Microsoft, Sony, all of them. Which good
for them.
Get your money. Make your fucking money and get what you deserve. That's really what it boils down to. And these fucking companies have it. You know how I know Sony has the money to pay you with their studios? Because that big white Goliath Wi-Fi server-looking PlayStation 5, they've sold millions of those units at $500 a piece. They got money.
You know how much it costs
You know what
to
else
make
they
it?
own?
You know how much it
You know what
costs to
else they
make
own?
it? $50.
Sony also owns the Spider-Man IP, so they're pretty all right, and they can afford. You know what I mean? Disney owns fucking everything. They can afford to give these people money. Anyway, it's me.
Are we going to talk about the fantasy football league that me and you and
Why? I'm pissed. That's why I lost to you. But it's all good. It's all good. And
3-0, baby?
Whatever. 2-1. It's all right. Actually, I won of the 3 leagues that I'm in. I won 2, so I'm all right.
I was 5-3 this week. 6-2
8
last
leagues,
week.
you psychopath.
6-2 last week and 4-4 week 1.
You're clinically insane.
So I'm not winless in any of them. However, I am 1-2 in 2 of them. I am 3-0 in only 1. Can you guess which one?
I don't. Which one? Tell me. Tell the listeners.
Well, we were both unbeaten before this weekend, and I beat you. So, what's next up?
Sloppy.
Yep.
That was my play, and you over here like.
Okay, I wanted to say something.
Just gonna start talking.
I wanted to say something.
Don't
So
make me do it.
I've been really, really good at fantasy football the last 3 or 4 years. Like really, really good. And it's because I put the work in. It's because I do, I put the work in. I do the research. I look up, I'm smart about that shit, right? But it's mostly luck. Let's be honest. Most of fantasy football and being successful in it is luck. So I just want to tell all of my friends who are married and have kids and whatever, you want to trade? You can be really good at fantasy football and I'll be lucky at love. Thanks. That's really sad, isn't it? You're just like, what the fuck? I don't want to be good at fantasy football. I want to be good with the babes. Just saying.
What?
All right, so we are going to talk about a
I'd
movie
give it up in a heartbeat, man.
that I just saw.
In a heartbeat.
That Tyler hasn't. I want to give my thoughts on it, but I'll be vague. Won't spoil anything. I want to
Thanks
talk.
a lot.
Wow. I want to talk
We watch
about.
movies together.
We don't have to do everything together, Tyler. It's bad enough that we bathe together. All right.
No, not for a long time.
Just to get each other's backs.
It's fine. Well, who else is going to scrub my back?
Come on. So I watched. Just came in on Paramount Plus. Just watched TMNT Mutant Mayhem. So I just I'm going to talk about this as vaguely as possible. I really enjoyed it. I think that it does a really good job of establishing its style and just going with it right away. And I think the art style is so well done. And some people will say it's reminiscent of the Spider-Verse movies. I think it is to a certain degree, but the way that they use lighting and the way they use 3D models, it kind of almost looks at times like a diorama sometimes, or like a three-dimensional diorama. Sometimes even with the lighting and the green, almost looks like clay at times. And it's cool how they really and we're seeing this renaissance of animation, of these studios finally, like these bigger studios, taking chances on their IP, established IP, but delivering it in a new way. And I think this movie does a really good job of being distinctly Turtles, but also being its own iteration of it. And that's what's so cool about the Ninja Turtles, in my mind, is just how many versions of TMNT exist. There's the 80s comics, there's the 90s movies, there's the early 2000s TV show, and all in between that, all the video games. Like, I've talked about the Cowabunga collection, all that. Mm-hmm. But to see, every generation get their version of it is kind of cool. Yeah. Although I do apologize to, older Gen Zers who got the Michael Bay ones. I feel bad for you guys because those
Never saw them.
They're so mediocre.
I do not want
they're
to
not
see
even
them.
Dude, they're not even bad. They're just forgettable.
You know what's
I
disappointing?
don't remember anything from those movies.
What's disappointing is right before that, Lego had the IP for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They made some really cool sets, really kick-ass fucking sets. I have a bunch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Legos. I got a fucking Krang minifigure, dude. That's cool, right?
Yeah.
But then, when Michael Bay started doing those really shitty ones, they their contract ran out and they went with Mega Bloks or something, which sucks because it's man, I would love to have some more Ninja Turtle Legos. Well,
and this movie, it's definitely more comedic, but again, at the same time, it's I don't mind that because we're also talking about literally mutant turtles fighting other mutant animals. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's funny because the first shot and the soundtrack is fucking banging in this movie. That's another thing too. I'm gonna draw comparisons to Spider-Verse because I think it's that good. That's how much I enjoy Mutant Mayhem. I think it's a very quality animated movie. It's very reminiscent of Spider-Verse, but it's also its own distinct thing. And I think a lot of that is just the blend of '90s, 2000s hip hop with original score, and they have. I'm not going to spoil it, but they have a certain song that's not the original version. It's a cover, and it's fucking hilarious, and it works perfectly for the scene, and it works for the humor. And I think a lot of the kids are great. Who would have thought we should, this movie about we should get teenagers to do it because they'll sound like teenagers and talk like teenagers.
What? Whoa!
Some of it is like, okay, whatever, but it's like I'm also not a teenage kid, so that dialogue, I'm just like, what are we talking about?
Teenagers are stupid.
But they did a lot of the recording, they did most of it together as much as they could.
Well, that's why.
And they improvised a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And that's what, some of the best animated movies or shows, they will, if they can, they will have the cast in studio. You're just gonna have that natural chemistry in a booth, and I think it's a good movie. I think I really, really enjoyed it. I thought I was going in with good expectations, high expectations. Like I expected to enjoy it, and I came out really, really liking it. I think a lot of it is the soundtrack. The action's good. Like sometimes I know how hard it is, like just based on hearing these stories of how it took 4 years to make that Spider Society scene for Spider-Verse. Like I know that this shit takes a lot to do and animate, and just how good the action is in this. I'm impressed. Whenever you can really nail action, it's really good. And it does a really good job of still understanding its tone. It never loses its tone. And then one of the first set pieces of them actually fighting, it's in a chop shop, and it's just funny because it's literally them fucking up, but still beating up the bad guys and learning how to do this. And they're like, yeah, we totally planned that. It's just, they're kids. It's fun. I like April in it. The ending was interesting. They took some chances with Splinter. I think they kind of changed him up. But let me be honest with you. There's no good way to make a sensei rat not sound ridiculous, even in TMNT. Because in the movie, it's just a rat watching Bruce Lee movies. Remember that?
Yeah.
In the cartoon, he was actually like a kung fu master that
became a rat.
Yeah, mutated into a rat, like Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yeah.
He's a mutant rat, but they do it a little differently. And
don't tell me.
I think it works. I think it works for me. It's funny,
Whatever.
but I understand if people wouldn't like it. Also, there's a lot of names in this movie that don't. It's like surprising because some of these characters don't really get a lot of voice lines. Paul Rudd's fucking funny in this movie.
Who is he?
He's Mondo Gecko. And he talks like this, dude.
All right.
It's great. Great. I recommend it. I give it 4 turtles.
Does Usagi Yojimbo show up?
No, I'm sorry.
Well, I don't care.
Superfly's in it.
Okay.
Superfly's kind of like the main bad guy. Ice Cube's fucking great in this too. Ice Cube's great as Superfly. What? You want me to finish the segment? 4 turtle shells out of 5.
You were just waiting for that one.
Yes, I was.
I wrote this one last night.
I wrote it down. I said, I need that. She said,
I got what I paid for.
And I said, get out. She said no.
She said no.
One more bit of news, and then we'll get to Mighty Orbots. Martin Scorsese. That motherfucker can't keep his mouth shut. So
He's got a new big old movie coming out, too. What the fuck?
No, that's why. Because it's The Killers of the Flower Moon, as I think was this movie's called.
Whatever.
I didn't watch The Irishman. That movie,
I didn't either.
it's 3.5 hours, man. But then, look, I'm a hypocrite because I'll say that, but then I'll binge watch a show like a show that I'll be talking about later in our long box. But anyway, he's got a new movie coming out, and as you know, when the last time he had a movie coming out, The Irishman, he said that Marvel movies and superhero movies were just theme park rides. They're not movies. Got a lot of headlines. So I think Marty Scorsese, being the Scorsese being the smart director that he is, he says, you know what, motherfucker? I hope somebody asks me about Marvel movies again, and I'll make another comment about it. Because he knows he's going to get headlines. And let's be honest, and a friend of mine tweeted this at me. Thanks, Sparks. I'm using this. Auteurs tend to usually have their heads up their own asses because they believe their own bullshit.
Well, yeah, they've been told by so many people how great they are.
And I'm not saying
I can't wait till I get to that that version of. I can't wait till I get to that segment of my life.
I'm not disagreeing with Scorsese, by the way. I think a lot of these movies are theme park rides because that's what comic books are.
Right.
So, but I'll also say this.
Not movies? Fuck you, dude.
That doesn't change my opinion how I feel about them. I don't give a shit if Martin Scorsese likes it or not.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like Martin Scorsese movies.
But I just want to read you this quote because I think it's funny because the only reason we're talking about this and the only reason I'm bringing this up is because he clearly did it to get headlines for his movie. I'm going to flip it to sports. It's just like when anybody is going to play the University of Colorado because Deion Sanders is the head football coach. They are going to say something about Deion because he gets so much attention. These Marvel movies, superhero movies, get so much attention, so Martin Scorsese has to say some shit to get headlines.
Yep.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
This is what Marty said. Quote, "It's almost like AI making a film." That's the best Martin Scorsese I could do. That doesn't mean you don't have incredible directors and special effects people doing beautiful art. But what does it mean? What will these films give you? Brother,
I grew up reading comic books. It gives me a giant chubby. What the fuck?
Cried like a baby at that final fight scene in Avengers Endgame because I never thought that little kid that played with these action figures would ever get to see anything like that on a big screen.
Yeah, dude.
So that's what I got from it, you bastard.
Look, man. Look. Green Lantern and
it's all subjective, man. It's so stupid.
Green Lantern and Daredevil are arguably two of the worst out of all the superhero movies. They're just not compared to all the other ones. Yeah,
I
we've
love
talked
that.
about this. Yeah,
The Daredevil movie's shit, but it has
we've talked about
special
it.
place in my heart.
We've talked about it.
No, we haven't.
Yes, we have on air.
What?
The
Maybe
point
100
is,
episodes
the
ago.
point is that I went to the theater for both of those, and I loved them because it was fucking Daredevil on the screen, and it was fucking Green Lantern on the screen. Now, Marty, I know that you grew up, I don't know, dude. I guess you didn't have a normal childhood, and that's why you're so great at movies. I don't know, whatever, dude. I don't really care. I really fucking don't. It sounds like you had a boring childhood. And it sounds like, let me think. Oh, that's right. When the 60s were happening and the Marvel thing was starting to roll, you were already a coked out fucking young hotshot director in Hollywood. So it stands to reason that you would never be pleased with something fun like comic books because you're just trying to get over the trauma of your addiction to cocaine. That's cool, Marty. Wow. Keep making your movies. Shut the fuck up about mine, man. Thank you.
Great. Now they're going to say we're a bunch of liars and we care what he thinks. Good job.
I don't care what he thinks, but go ahead and say what you want. Just look, man, I'm going to still love these movies. I'm going to still love your movies, but
it's just like
what's that period piece he did that has nothing to do with violence or mobsters or anything? What the fuck is it?
I don't even know.
Days of Remembrance or some shit?
Did he do like a Rolling Stones road movie too?
I don't know. The band. I don't give a fuck about that, okay? The band is for fucking shitheads who don't really like music. I don't want to hear about that shit. Well, load off, Benny. You know what? If you play that song for me in front of me, I will jump out of a fucking moving car. I swear to fucking Christ. I don't want to hear the band. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear how the band, the movie, is like the greatest rock and roll. Fuck you, Marty. Okay, just fuck you, dude. I'm never gonna watch any of that movie.
You know what else?
What is the movie? Why aren't you looking this up? Look up the movie where he did the period piece.
I don't care.
And it has nothing to do with like nobody's shooting anything. It's a bunch of dudes in Europe and dudes and ladies in Europe like having like a thing or so. I don't give a shit. A garden party, whatever. Nobody cares. You want to know why, Marty? Because you make movies that are just in your face and intense, right? And that's why I'm never gonna watch that movie. You want to know why?
Hugo, Silence, Age of Innocence.
Yes.
Age of Innocence.
Yes. Read the synopsis for us.
Is that 1993?
Yeah. Read the synopsis for us.
Well, these are best historical films ranked thanks to Collider.com.
So Hugo has nothing to do with Marty. Why did you just?
He directed that movie.
No, he did not.
In
Direct
spirit.
Oh my God.
What about The Last Temptation of Christ?
That was not him either. Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was, dude. Kundun.
I'm never gonna
What
see
about
that one
Kundun?
because I don't give a shit about Whatever, Marty. Just do your thing. I don't give a shit.
Is it Kundun?
Sure.
The historical biopic Kundun tells the story of 14th Dalai Lama from infancy into adulthood.
I don't know.
No, that doesn't sound right.
I don't know.
Anyway,
No, it was Age of Innocence, but I'm never gonna watch that movie
Tyler-
because I don't give a shit.
Tyler, you seem you got more of a reaction out of this than me.
Well, no, I'm.
It's just silly to say like, how
he's
can you
saying
take
shit to get clicks
is.
and to get and whatever, and that's
because
fine.
he's an artist, he knows how to make
But
art.
but he's harming himself
Listen,
in my eyes.
Listen,
But
listen. He's an artist, but he understands this shit's subjective. He understands that you could take anything from any movie.
I'm absolutely aware of the fact that he may or may not believe what he's saying, and he's just trying to get blah blah blah. However, an asshole like Marty Scorsese believes what he says.
and that's fine. That's fine that he doesn't
Did
like
I just say that?
It's fine that he doesn't like
An
superhero
asshole
movies.
like Marty Scorsese.
Yeah, that's
Like
right.
I know him. Like he's a dude.
Gaping asshole.
Like we play chess together every Thursday. Yeah, Marty's a dick.
Fuck Marty.
Fucking cheats. Hey,
Casino is just the
No,
same
no.
movie as Goodfellas, you bastard.
I'll be sitting there, and he's about ready to make his move, and he goes, "Hey, is that Bobby De Niro?" And I'm like, "What?" And he's like,
He runs away like that?
"No, he moves all the pieces." And I'm hey, something's wrong with the board. I don't know anything. Your turn.
You're saying he would cheat at chess or checkers?
God damn it! Are you fucking serious? Like you just ripped the fucking bit apart. It's not even a bit anymore.
I'm sorry.
You know what you are? You're the guy who comes out. You're the guy
I was
who comes
trying to
out.
save the bad
in the
joke.
mid-
That's what I was doing.
Well, you didn't let the joke play. No, you're the guy who comes out
okay.
in the middle of the final battle between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan in Star Wars and goes, "Hey, those are just sticks." And all the kids in the audience are like, "Boo, fuck you."
How? You gotta stop. I'm gonna stay in this loop. How, Tyler?
Let's just go on.
Well,
What's
let's
the next
go.
piece of news?
Let's do. What's your other jokes, man?
I don't know. I let you do a Marty Scorsese, and all of a sudden I do. You're like, "No, it's not good. I don't like your humor." We're salty. We had chili for dinner.
The Alex Jones defense? I'm sorry, I got worked up at some chili earlier.
No, we're salty.
That chili's gonna.
There's saltiness
I'll
going
eat
on
your
in this
ass.
pod.
That's
in
what
this
the
episode.
chili says to me.
This episode is
All right.
salty.
This episode is sponsored by
Sloppy.
Sloppy.
This
Joe's.
episode is sponsored by Morton Salt. Salty as fuck since 1939.
We're gonna go watch some Mighty Orbots because we have to review that.
Salty as fuck. That's their logo. Did you know that? Morton Salt. Salty as fuck since 1939.
That's not what it says.
Yeah, it is.
You know that you can put Frank's on, put that shit on anything.
What?
We're gonna go watch Mighty Orbots.
I think you were talking about Frank's
Stick
like
around.
Hey,
hot dogs. And I'm like, I'm not gonna put hot dogs on everything.
Frank's
That's
hot
fuck-
sauce.
Right, but I thought you
Why
meant
would you just slap a hot
I
dog?
thought, have you,
What a nice truffle.
have
you
you
know
ever
this.
heard of hot dogs being called Frankfurters? Franks and beans? You ever seen
Stick around.
something about Mary?
All right, let's talk about Mighty Orbots, Tyler.
More like backfired.
Okay.
Gary Owens,
Oh,
I
sorry.
forgot, is the narrator
Yeah.
of this. I forgot about that. I haven't
what
seen it
is
in a long.
Like, what
So,
is Mighty Orbots?
so when I was a kid, on Saturday mornings there was this cartoon called Mighty Orbots, and it's very much in the vein of Voltron, those types of, like the combiners from the Transformers, like the Constructicons and the, all the shit, and the Predacons, all those things. But the thing about it is that there was something about this cartoon that always just was not. It was just not like other cartoons, and I think you saw a little bit of that. Maybe it's just my thinking from when I was a kid, and I wasn't like, I was like 7 or 8 or something like that. But there was something about it that was like, I don't know why, but like there's adult themes kind of sprinkled through here, a little bit that I'm not getting. And at the time, I knew I've seen them since, and it's like, wow, that's kind of fucked up that was on Saturday morning. but it's really more just like, I mean, to be really honest, if you try hard enough, you can see shit in anything. Really. Let's be honest about that. But you can't deny that there are a couple of times where you're like, whoa, what is this kind of weird vibe going on between these robots? But the animation to me was always good. The fucking opening sequence is awesome. Like, go, Mighty Robots.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Animation's pretty good, and it was just one of those cartoons. Also, never made toys for that.
Really?
This was not a cartoon that was a 30-minute toy commercial. It was a cartoon for cartoon's sake.
Weird.
Which was another reason why I like it so much, is because it wasn't a cartoon that was made to sell the toys that were already made. Because that's what G.I. Joe and Transformers were, although, albeit excellent.
Shit, that's
they were
what
excellently
all of it
done.
was. I mean,
Right.
that's what Street Sharks was. It was
Teenage
a
Mutant
cartoon
Ninja
to sell
Turtles,
a TMNT knockoff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is surprising. It's pretty common at the time.
I'm sure there's been some sort. It's a cult classic for a reason. Like, if you've heard of it,
I've never heard of it.
It's weird
until
if
you
you've
mentioned
it's weird if you've heard of it. Honestly, if you haven't heard of it, it's not that weird, because it was on. I can't remember what channel it was on when I was a kid, but again, I think it was just one episode.
We watched
one season.
The VHS cut of the
Dremlocks.
Which again still blows my mind that back in the day, because that's the only technology we had, but we would have like just videos of like an episode or two of a TV show just on a random video that you could rent.
You ever notice too that the those ones like weighed less than like the movies?
No.
I always did. The TV shows, like the one like Pride of the X-Men, for a great example. It had one show on it.
Yeah.
So there
The
was
reel
not a
was
lot of
probably
tape
really
on
small. I
it.
was
There
gonna
was
say the
not a lot
tape
of
was-
right. But then like a movie like, and then the worst was the two VHS. The movie's so long you have to fucking take
the
one out.
Titanic. So, yeah, I've never heard of this show until you brought it up. I will say, like, it's weird because I like doing these retro reviews because you also have to kind of look at it on a scale, on a curve, because you have to think of when it was made.
Yeah.
And, I mean, what was this, like, early 80s? When was this?
It got to be like 81,
I'm
82.
going to pull this up.
Yeah, go ahead.
But you can definitely see it's an earlier era of animation in the West.
Right.
But it was clearly very much like what you talked about with like those anime inspired shows, and that's what it reminded me a lot of.
Clearly inspired by Voltron. Have you ever
Yeah.
watched the Voltron
I've
cartoon?
never actually watched Voltron.
So I've
but I
watched
know
it
what
before,
is.
and the Voltron cartoon
I
is,
had Power Rangers growing up, so I was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
the Voltron cartoons are very much in the vein of anime movies. Those kind of, like, okay, Speed Racer is a perfect example. Like, somebody spoofs Speed Racer, and it's somebody talking really fast, and then they go, uh-huh?
Yeah.
Like that, right? And that's, Voltron's like that.
So
The cartoon is very much in that vein.
the original series aired from September 8th through the December 15th of 1984.
And what channel was it on, does it say?
ABC.
Huh, okay.
But again, it definitely feels like an early 80s cartoon. It feels like, and like, you could tell this was around the time when Transformers was popping. We had the Transformers movie that year. Like, again, I wasn't around when this happened, but
So
this is, just
weird,
history.
Weird thing is, like, I'm pretty sure, okay, so Ghostbusters came out, will you look that up real quick? I'm going to
1984.
talk.
I'm pretty, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
guarantee it.
Jedi came out in 83.
Let me see. I guarantee it, though. Ghostbusters, 1984, baby.
So we moved to Iowa in the summer of 1984. The first day we got there, my dad and my brother and I went and saw Ghostbusters. And that year is 84. So that fall, that would have
June
been
84.
So that would have been the fall. That would have been the first time that we would have had ABC, because when we were growing up in North Dakota, there was no ABC affiliate in Bismarck.
Huh.
So if you wanted ABC programming, you had to have cable.
Weird.
So we only got CBS and NBC and PBS when I was growing up. The only time that I saw cable, I did see MTV when it first aired,
Yeah.
because my friend had cable and they were like, "Hey, there's this thing, whatever."
Did you watch the real Ghostbusters cartoon?
I did. I also watched the other
Extreme
one.
Ghostbusters?
I had toys of all of them.
You never watched the Ghostbusters cartoons.
I had toys of both of them. But 84. See, my recollection of this show is not Iowa. My recollection of this show is North Dakota. So there's a great essay by Chuck Klosterman. He's a rock journalist, and he's talking about how he is at this. He's talking about his memory of like his first dance and his first kiss. Okay, and he was in junior high, and he's at this thing, and and they dance to this particular song, and it's vivid in his memory, right? But he knows two things for sure. The song came out this year, and the dance that he knows that it happened this year. In other words, this song wasn't out. You see how your brain, when you're thinking about your childhood, kind of conflates things?
Yeah.
Like he was conflating, he knows that one part of that story is wrong. Either he was dancing to a different song or he had his first kiss the summer after, whatever, right?
Yeah.
That's the same thing here. But we must have had it. We must have had it on our own TV at home. So, but yeah, it's one of my favorites from when I was a kid. One of the cartoons that sticks out in my mind for sure. Next week we got to do the Alf cartoon because
Not Alf.
Dude, the Alf cartoon is him on Melmac when he's Gordon Shumway, dude. Like all the Alfs. I'm serious. The cartoon is badass. Fuck Alf the TV show, dude. Can I say dude one more time?
Did.
Dude.
Yeah, I think some of these shots are pretty cool. They hold up. Some of them, it's like, oof, yeah, it was made '84. But there are some shots that you can tell they spent a little bit more money on to make it look a little bit cooler. But it's an interesting concept because it's like you're kind of seeing what inspired it at the time and what it also would be somewhat inspiring later because so essentially it's the Megazord as I would know it because again Power Rangers so but they looks like Optimus Prime but it's all these robots that join together and they fly through space which is a cool concept but what's even weirder is there's there's like a human pilot
and then like an alien girl named Chrono
and so they fight the Shadow
Star,
which have these weird squid-looking spaceships, kind of look like sperm. It's just such a bizarre show. Like, so these the Dremlocks are pretty much like Ewoks.
Ewoks, yeah.
So
you know what? If the Ewoks started smoking weed and listening to the Grateful Dead, that's the fucking Dremlocks, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, for real. More like Dremlocks, more like Drem who gives a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Bold words. Back at 11.
Find out what the president had to say about that.
Stick around.
That's it. You should always use that to throw to commercial. Hey, we're coming back.
Stick around.
This is the Arnold Show.
Don't change the channel. I will know if you did.
Tonight we are talking about Mighty Orbots.
Okay, let's.
Come on.
That sounded French.
Come on.
That devolved.
Tonight we are talking about the Mighty Orbots. My French is horrifically stereotypical, and it sounds like I'm taking a shit.
Wow.
You know what? Fuck the French.
Oh, I thought you said your. Wow. I thought you said your friend, and I'm like, your friend is terribly stereotypical. Okay.
What?
So.
We're gonna wrap it up.
Right, but the bottom line is that the dynamic to me also was interesting because these robots are, Transformers. We had Transformers at the time already.
But it looks like Optimus Prime.
But no, the Transformers were like, I mean, they had human, Spike and
I know
Witwicky, whatever. But they were like little people, and then the robots were huge. This was different because they were all the same size. You know what I mean? Like the robots are the same size as the humans when they're not connected.
Yeah.
But then when they're connected, they're this gigantic fucking.
How did they get so big?
Right. Hey, physics. That the two humans can fit inside comfortably with their spaceship around them.
Yeah.
But the dynamic was weird because it's kind of like Rob is the leader and he runs them. Have you ever heard of the Metal Men DC?
No.
Okay, so Dr. Magnus, and then there's these 5 or 6 robots. There's mercury, gold, lead, tin, blah, whatever. I'll let you borrow the thing I have, but it's the same kind of thing where the robots are autonomous to a point, but Dr. Magnus literally can say no, fuck you, and like, boop, press a button, and they do whatever he wants them to. This was kind of different, but it's kind of the same thing where like. You feel like if Rob was like, no, I want to do this instead, that they'd be like, well, we got to do what you say.
Yeah.
You know, even though they're autonomous to a point. So
It's a weird show.
it's a fun show. If you get a chance, it's all on YouTube. And, you know, you probably find better quality than what we found. Whoops.
Wow, I specifically wanted to watch the VHS cut
I liked...
because it even had the blue screen.
It was the
and
first...
the tracking.
Well, it was the first episode that we saw that had a title instead of episode 3, 4, 5, whatever have you. So that was cool. And then the RIP VHS was like, well, we got to watch the VHS version so we can really get into
From
it.
the beta snip. Who the fuck is this guy?
Oh, it sounds like a sex song.
Get your ass to Moss.
Everything sounds like a sex thing. Okay, so...
It's a long box.
That's right. I love that one.
Every time that happens, I'm like, am I having a flashback again?
Am I?
Having sex with him.
So I will get. You went first last week.
Maybe.
Play your cards right. So I want to go first with the long box. I just finished watching the Netflix documentary series called Wrestlers. And so it follows OVW, which stands for Ohio Valley Wrestling, and it follows it for summer because they're losing money and they're doing this big summer tour building up to their like WrestleMania type event called The Big One. And
The big one.
it's the big one.
Listen.
So it's OVW is from Louisville, Kentucky. It's like a legendary brand because there was a time when Jim Cornette was running it, and that was the developmental thing that built John Cena, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, like all the big Batista, all the big names. And so it always kind of been that developmental thing. Gone through different leadership. Al Snow, former pro wrestler, takes it over. He can't do it all himself with the money and making it work. So then he brings in 2 partners, and this is where the whole documentary gets interesting. One of them is, I think his name is Greenberg, maybe. He becomes the mayor of Louisville after this, but he's running for mayor, and he's one of the co-owners. And the other owner's name is Matt Smith, who is a radio host for a local sports radio show that just makes a lot of money and owns part of this wrestling company. And but he's like really passionate about wrestling, and like he really likes these guys. And it's such a weird thing because I want to do a full video on it, maybe separate than this, and do like an extended one because I really want to talk about it. But it just really makes me realize just how much I love pro wrestling, and I will never not have some sort of interest in it. Like, I don't watch it week to week because, my God, dude, if you were like super committed to it, there's a show on Monday, there's a show on Tuesday, there's a show on Wednesday, there's a show on Thursday, there's a show on Friday, there's a show on Saturday. If you really committed to just watching everything pro wrestling, there's so much pro wrestling now. And it's just interesting because it really does make you care about the wrestlers that do this. And it adds another appreciation for me because I have a cousin that's training to be a pro wrestler. And like he's been telling us about like the events that he's been doing and stuff, and like you gotta really fucking love that business to be in it. Like, wrestling is some fucking hard work.
Chew you up and spit you out.
And people want to be like, it's fake and all this other shit. It's like, motherfucker, get into the ring and do what those guys do. Okay? Yes, it's theater. Yes, it is predetermined, and they have storylines and characters and all this other shit. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes and this is what this documentary does. It does a great job of showing you what makes pro wrestling so fun. And Al Snow is really fucking funny because some terms in wrestling are hilarious, and the show does a really good job of describing what the terms are, because there's a lot of weird ones. And when you get a pop from the crowd, they call it pop in the crowd, getting the pop. Al Snow's like, well, the term is fully popping their cherry. And he said, you want to give them an emotional orgasm. And I'm like, that's fucking funny because that is art. And that is why pro wrestling is amazing.
I can't imagine as a human being something cooler than popping a crowd. You know what I mean?
That's
like
what you live as an artist. That's what you live for when you see people get excited about the thing that you make. Like that's awesome.
That's cool, but like I mean, just think about this, folks. If you're not an artist, but think about it like this: you're standing in front of a whole crowd, and they suddenly realize that you are the fucking shit.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what that would feel like?
Yeah.
I mean, at the time, you're fucking really concentrating on
Well,
making sure you fall the right way and hit the guy in the right spot so you don't hurt each other. But it's got to be an emotional, like, high. Like, holy, that's why they keep going out and wrestling.
Every wrestler says the same thing. Like, it's the greatest feeling in the world to have a crowd in the palm of your hand.
Do you remember Bacon Fest, which was one of our
Dude, that was fun as shit.
But do you? I wonder if one of the wrestlers in the ring heard the guy go, hit him with the German. But I'll bet you anything if they did that they were like, fuck yeah, dude. These guys are into it.
I can't wait because I'm going to Kansas City to go to my cousin that I was talking about. He's going to be working a show there, and it's like their version of the big one. It's like this big event that they're throwing.
Awesome.
And I'm excited because indie wrestling's fucking wild, dude. It's a whole different ball game than AEW and WWE. Like it's a whole different thing. And
there's levels to it, and they're not clearly defined like baseball, like minor league baseball.
Here's the thing: it's like when you're at a small comedy club. There's a lot of crowd work. There's a lot of crowd participation. Like it's dude, wrestling's fun as shit. And this documentary proves it. Go check it out. 7 episodes, hour apiece. I binged it in like 3 days. Tyler, what do you want to talk about?
I'm just a big fan of James Garner. He's just a hunk of a man. And
another James Garner movie, dude?
Yeah, no, it's not a movie. It's a TV show.
8 Simple Rules.
He was in that.
He was
wasn't
on that after John.
Never
Ritter
saw
passed.
it. You want to know why? Various reasons. Anyway, no. So when I'm growing up, we don't have too many VHS movies in our home. We have mostly stuff that my dad, and this was the only time I thought my dad was cool, when he rented a VCR from the place and movies, and then we just ripped them off by hooking our VCR up. Like I was just like, my dad's cool. But that was like, other than that, like he was kind of a normal dad. But that was when it was like, dude, he's breaking the law, man. But you rip him off or you take him off the video, and so that we would have like copies of like Beverly Hills Cop and Ghostbusters and stuff. But we didn't have any actual movies because again, they were like $100 for like first, when they first came out on video. It was stupid on fucking tapes. So, but there was every once in a while they had sales, and we got this movie called Murphy's Romance, and it's a really good movie with Sally Field and James Garner, and that started my love affair of James Garner movies. He's a smooth motherfucker. He's from Oklahoma, and he's been in a ton of shit throughout the 30s or 40s, 50s, 60s. He was in the military. He walks the talk, talks the talk, walks the walk. All that shit. When he's riding a horse, he did all his own stunts in the Rockford Files, which is what I'm talking about this week. The Rockford Files is a show that ran for 7 years, and Rockford Files follows Jim Rockford, who was in prison for a crime he didn't commit. He gets pardoned by the governor, and when we meet him, he's already been a private detective for a while. And he's just a smooth character. He just really the show, the plot oftentimes is secondary to just watching James Garner work the screen. Like, he's just that smooth, and he's a no-nonsense character, and he's just like, look, motherfucker, like, what are you going to do, something stupid? Like, hey, I'm ready to do something stupid. I've been doing stupid stuff all day, all right? Like, he's just smooth, And like, the best action movie characters or action characters, he gets beat up sometimes, he doesn't win every fight. But at the end, he's the one left standing and everything. And the funny thing is, you'll have these like long 5-minute car chases, and they're not car chases per se, as much as him like driving and like looking in the mirror and realizing he's being chased, and then he speeds up, and then like they have to chase him, and then you see like a bunch of really nice shots of LA. Like it's not a car chase like Ronin or something like that, you know? Like it's not like that or like fat. It's like two dudes driving and one of them's chasing the other one on a city street. And it's like, what the fuck is going on here? For like 5 minutes. And the music is insane. The music is just this mishmash of 70s like porn and like fucking like kung fu fucking and like kung fu fucking soundtrack, dude. It's crazy. And he drives this badass fucking like Corvette looking thing. It's just a really great show. If you have a chance to watch it, it's on Roku channel. A lot of the stuff I watch is on Roku. Yeah, it's just a really good show. If you like that kind of, you know, it's also again, the show often starts in the middle, and like you have to figure out where it's already like, you know, imagine the show, the original show is like 2 hours, and they cut you in like right in the middle of the movie. So you kind of got to follow what's going on to see what's going on in the episode, and that's good too, because you have to be a smart viewer. You know what I mean? You have to be like paying attention and shit.
Bullshit! I ain't paying attention.
But he did all his own driving stunts and all his own stunts, physical stunts too, which is pretty good because he gets beat up a couple times. But yeah, if you get a chance, The Rockford Files, great show. Wow, great.
Also, don't forget to hit him with the German.
Hit him with the German!
Suplex. I said, hey, talking wrestling with James Garner. I said, hey,
hit him with the German suplex. Put him on his back for 3 counts.
1,
then
2,
you
3.
win. Got him a pin. Woo. Never noticed the pin and win. Rhyme together, that's kind of cool. I got it.
Old school.
I'm terrible. I lost
German
it,
suplex. Yeah,
I'm fired.
You fucked the whole thing up.
Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.